Welcome back. This is Drick, and we are playing some more Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon. Um, this is gonna put us.
Try to move a little faster this
Oh,
time.
it's just gonna pick
If
up
you
right
get out
where
of
we
this
died.
alive, do me a favor and start getting some
I'm
regular
sorry, I
exercise.
sound really sleepy. I
and it
feel
wouldn't hurt to lay off the
abnormally
smokes and
sleepy.
booze for a while either.
That we forgot to load the previous save. I don't know what that easy file is. That just kind of came with the game when it was installed. Anyway, let's try and pep up a little. Alright. Right, we have the decoded files. And they point us in the direction of the lab we need to visit, the GRS. I'm gonna try and remember, recap what I remember of the storyline. Apparently there's an evil Nazi cult that is looking for some particular chip that's hidden within, like, the Maltese Falcon, which we stole for them and didn't know that they were Nazis. And apparently the plan would shut down some sort of genetic modification research that's going on. This one's been a little tougher for me to follow. Also, doesn't help that we've been spacing this particular game out a bit more than the others. We've been going places and knocking down all the photos that are on the walls. Also, I learned a new control, and that is how to crouch. And apparently we can stand on our tiptoes, which that might have helped in a few places where it was otherwise just having to find the right pixel. Yeah. And I believe we went to the roadside motel and talked to Elena. Which was
I couldn't believe it when the name Elena Moore appeared in the Colonel's decoded files. I used to date her sister a few years back. Elena was an annoying 12-year-old who had a knack for entering rooms at the wrong time. It's obvious she still recognizes me when she opens the motel room door.
So you're little Allie Moore, huh? Last time I saw you, you were quite a pest. And you'd just gotten your braces put on, right?
Yeah, but that was quite a while ago, Tex, and I've grown up. You know, I used to have quite a crush on you.
Yeah, I remember. Speaking of crushed, how's your sister? I haven't seen her since our nasty little breakup.
She got married a few years ago. In fact, it was Debbie's husband who helped me get hired at GRS. It's been just over a year. Since then, I've worked as Marcus Tucker's personal secretary. He's the director of GRS.
So what does GRS do, specifically?
They do genetic research, gene mutations, genetic viruses, that sort of thing. It was very professional, high-tech. GRS hired only the best young scientists. But from the beginning, everything seemed really mysterious and secretive.
Is that why you quit?
I didn't leave until I started receiving the threatening notes. At first I didn't take them seriously, but they kept coming. I decided to get away and use my vacation time, but when I got back, someone had gone through my apartment. That's when I checked into this motel.
How did the Colonel find you?
I don't know. He just appeared here one day. It took him a while to convince me that I could trust him. But now, for all I know, he's dead. I'm scared, Tex. Really scared.
Look, I'll do what I can to help you, but I need to know everything. Why do you think someone at GRS wants you out of the way?
I'm not sure. Since I was Mr. Tucker's assistant for a couple years, I had access to most of his files. Maybe someone thinks I saw something I shouldn't have.
No, Ozzy.
Well, since you don't work at GRS anymore, why do you think your life's in danger?
The last day I came to work, I got a note that said my life was in immediate danger. When I saw that someone had broken into my apartment, I knew that I wouldn't be safe anywhere.
Sounds like my next move ought to be to GRS. Can you help me get in?
Yes, I still have a pass key to the main doors. You can take it, but please be careful. GRS has a 24-hour security watch. With the colonel in the hospital, I have no one to turn to. I don't know if I should, but I'm going to trust you.
I tell Elena to sit tight and wait for me till I get back. I also warn her to keep the door locked and not open it for anyone except me. Elena obviously doesn't know anything more than what she's told me. She's given me the break I need, though, a pass key to GRS. Like the colonel, I have a feeling that GRS will provide a few answers.
I've been talking this whole time with the mic muted. So I'm pretty sure, like, GRS is, like, a front for the Nazis, and they are trying to put into play some sort of genetic virus or something to wipe out the mutants, and that's about all I've got from their big evil plot. Something about, something as well about the moon, I guess, and for some reason they have a shape-shifting Native American as as their head assassin who was capable of bringing down, like, entire branches of the government alphabet soup. Yeah, that's generally pretty cool how they laid out the city from, and yeah, like generally speaking, this is kind of the scuzzier part of town, and as you head further southwest and westwards, you start hitting the much nicer parts of town, but I also think that just might be accurate to San Francisco in general. Not entirely sure, because, yeah, this is based off of San Fran. Yeah. Let's head over to GRS. I'm basically going to be resorting to the guide for this particular part because there's a lot of stuff that has to be done, and it's under a lot more pressure than what is normal in most adventure games. So without further ado, we saw a little bit of this last time. Come on. Over two. There it goes. There's an eyeball drone with some 3D shapes on it.
The GRS office complex is located in the heart of New San Francisco. Elena's passkey gets me into the lobby, which is empty. A directory shows Marcus Tucker's office on the 4th subterranean level. I take the elevator down. Before the doors open, I hear a warning.
Attention! Lethal security probe on premises.
That would be that particular eyeball, so we need to get moving pretty much immediately. So this is the room we were exploring last time, and apparently what we need to do when the security sweep comes is get over to this section and crouch down. We haven't heard anything about the security sweep coming through here yet. That.
Whoa, what have we here? A computer access card.
Aha. Right.
This computer card belonged to Ava Shanzi. Maybe I should just take a look at Ava's computer.
It's kind of a weird card design. Actually, I do need to go in here. And we go in here.
This door is locked electronic. The air vent looks like it could be removed with a hex wrench. Unless some pranksters.
There's Paul Dubois, yes, a wall, so I think it wants me to hide in this corner, but I don't have a way to open this. So let's see. I don't think this is the right room, actually. Okay, yeah, that's projects we need to be in R&D. Let's go in. Look around.
Just standard office. Just stand. Boy, whoever sat here was.
Okay. Find the safe spot before we do too much else.
Boy, whoever sat this.
Okay, this is Paul Dubois. This is his desk. We want to hide behind and hide over here. Okay. Don't need to do that right this second, but...
Nothing of interest here except an unappetizing wad of gum. Looks like this computer requires a
Computer? Pass.
Thank you.
According to the nameplate, this desk belonged to Paul Dubois.
Okay, yeah, this belongs to... Whoa, jeez.
I love finding unlocked. Nothing else left in here. I love. Nothing else left.
Alrighty. Let's see.
A team pennant. Paul must be a real baseball fan.
Let's take anything we can grab, like the pennant. There is supposed to be something on the floor. A wrench. There it is.
A hex wrench. I've got an idea this will
This
come
is
in.
probably going to go on that vent we saw earlier.
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
And that's exactly why we need to go over here and crouch down. Generally, from what I understand, the easy way is, if you get within, I'm trying to think, like, if you get into melee range for Doom, that's about how close you're allowed to be. Like, the rough reach of a chainsaw. And you're busted. Okay, we got that. Okay, more doors.
I love fun. Nothing else left. Nothing else left.
One of these has a tiny TV on it. One of these two.
What a cute little TV. I wish I'd found this little sucker a couple hours ago. Now I've missed all the good soaps.
Okay.
Nothing else. I love.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, that was good to know. When you're really close to the ground, the processing speed picks up. And you go really
Warning.
fast.
Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Alright, we need to get into Paul Dubois' computer. We have Eva's card. Let's see. Oh.
Let's take a look at this thing. What do we have here? It's like a computer access card.
Well then, there we are. We have his card.
Looks like
Access.
I should turn on the computer. I should turn on.
Computer pass. Thank you.
What a weird system. Okay. Information contained in this file was to be delivered to me by me to Colonel Dobbs. I have been collecting this info for the past 6 weeks. Now being watched and doubt I will be able to get in touch with the Colonel. Whoever you are, please get this information to the Colonel. He has promised to take it to the authorities. So, Crusade for Genetic Purity. Soon after I was hired at GRS, I was asked to submit to a genetic scan. When I was found to have no genetic defects, I was invited to join the Crusade for Genetic Purity. I resisted initially, but accepted when I found out that Eva Shanzi wanted to become a member. Eva is a project supervisor here at GRS. I admit I had a romantic interest in Eva and thought it would be a good way to get to know her. A small group of people met in Marcus Tucker's office after work, and Eva and I were initiated. It didn't take long to realize that this group was not the Crusade for Genetic Purity. The members called themselves the Brotherhood of Purity, and they were dark rituals and readings of prophecy. There were dark rituals and readings of prophecy. Frankly, I was scared. I was sure that there would be no way out once I was involved. It was Eva who told me to contact the Colonel about exposing the Brotherhood. GRS project. The project we've been working on is being directed by Marcus Tucker with Eva Shanzi, Daniel Murray, and Camden Leander as project supervisors. Tucker has divided the project phases so only he knows everything that's going on. My part in the project has been to develop a specific artificial viral strain, which I have been told will be used in treating respiratory ailments such as bronchitis and asthma. At one time there were at least 30 people working on the project. Now we're down to 8. Tried to contact some of the employees that left, but couldn't. Today I found out what happened to them. Some of them were considered to be genetically suitable and have been sent to the Moonchild. The rest are dead. I accidentally found a recording made of an experiment, and the test subjects was one of my former coworkers. I only saw a few moments of the experiment, but it was horrible. I'm sure that experiment involved the use of an airborne virus that was inhaled. Caused a violent death almost instantly. Horrifying to think that my research has probably contributed to the virus that was being tested. The Moonchild. Oh, this one comes with a video, I think. So those who've heard about the Moonchild have been told that it's a religious getaway for faithful members of the Crusade for Genetic Purity. I found out otherwise. It was constructed by the leader of the Brotherhood of Purity and is referred to as the Ark of Humanity. Right. This is basically the Death Egg orbiting the planet that's supposed to be an arcology and is going to shoot a death laser and blow up the rest of the planet. I guess, is like roughly how it's trying to paint itself. The only people allowed to go there are members of the Brotherhood, genetically pure humans. The Moonchild is gigantic and has been constructed to easily support thousands of people, along with all known forms of animal and plant life for several generations. The ultimate purpose behind the Moonchild is to provide a safe haven for the faithful while Earth is going through its final purification. I don't know exactly what the purification entails, but I believe it's directly related to the experiments we've been doing here at GRS. A little 3D simulation. Beautiful. Initiation to the cult. When I was initiated, Marcus Tucker informed the others at the meeting of my genetic purity, then went on to give a short speech. This is what he said to the best of my recollection. Principles of the Brotherhood of Purity has existed for thousands of years, but the order itself was founded by the Docetists in 300 AD. We know little about those who founded our order, only the truths that were left behind and passed down from one generation of the Brotherhood to the next. These truths are contained in an ancient text known as the Secret Doctrine. Through the ages, our power has lain in anonymity. We have quietly prepared for the day in which the Docetists' prophecies will be fulfilled, and the genetically pure will inherit the earth. Many of history's greatest figures belonged to the Brotherhood, but this fact does not appear in any history book. Each of these men, however, laid groundwork for the next generation. Each man's action a single stone added to a massive structure. It's now been 1,000 generations since the foundation of the Brotherhood of Purity. The time has come for the prophecies to be realized. All has been prepared with the exception of finding the ancient Haba, a powerful talisman forged of magical elements, being the vessel through which the Brotherhood's power is channeled. When we have reclaimed the Haba, we will journey to the Moonchild, the guardian of the faithful, and there we will celebrate the purification, the time when the earth will be cleansed of all genetic abominations. Then, after the waiting, we will return to a pure world and enter the glorious New Age. Yeah, that's right, the chip, it contains codes to blow up the Moonchild, that's right. Anyway, Secret Doctrine. Brotherhood follows the prophecies contained in an ancient text known as the Secret Doctrine. From what I have read, I've been told, and overheard, I have come up with a description of the Brotherhood's objectives. Secret Doctrine tell of an entity called the Incubus, which the Brotherhood could summon when all prophecies had come to pass. When I was initiated, I learned that only one prophecy had not yet been fulfilled, having possession of something called the Haba. From what I could gather, the Haba is some kind of mystical statuette which holds secret powers. Once the Brotherhood found the Haba, the Incubus would then create a Moonchild. This Moonchild would be the destroyer of the genetically impure, and the guardian of the pure and faithful. Another of the prophecies says that a great storm, called the Great Alluvion, will come from the skies and destroy the impure. This process is referred to as the purification. I think the Brotherhood plans to accomplish this by introducing an airborne virus into the Earth's atmosphere. After the purification, in which all life on Earth is exterminated, comes the period of time known as the Waiting. The prophecies say this will last for 2 generations. It's for the waiting that the Moonchild was constructed. After the waiting, the pure races aboard the Moonchild will return to the Earth and begin the new order. Yep. This definitely sounds like some wacky Nazi cult. The origins of the Brotherhood of Purity predate written history, so many of the details are lost. The order started in the Far East among a small group of men whose concepts reached thousands of years into the future, while other, more primitive men... silly cultists. While more primitive men were learning the uses of metal and stone, this brotherhood was embracing the rudimentary principles of eugenics and ethnic cleansing. The names and acts of the founders were passed down orally for hundreds of generations. Genealogy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're basically filling Sonic's role in blowing up the Death Egg here. Like that seems to be the goal with the chip that we're after. But let's see, where were we? Genealogy, philosophy, and icons of the Brotherhood, however, were not fully committed to paper until the 3rd century AD. A group of men known to outsiders as the Docetists composed an expansive tome attempting to summarize the history and doctrine of the ancient order. This text became known as the Secret Doctrine and was... It seems like a dumb name. Became accepted as the official word of the Brotherhood. Yeah. We have exactly one attitude, and that's Snark, which is pretty much the same as Sonic, so we have at least half of a fighting chance. Roman Empire. The Brotherhood of Purity grew steadily in power during the rise of the Roman Empire. Now, this is a long one. Despite the enormous wealth and influence of the Brotherhood, its anonymity was preserved. The number of those who were initiated and received the teachings, signs, and passwords was kept to a bare minimum, ensuring complete dedication and fealty, as well as avoiding the dilution of quality, which inevitably comes with overpopulation. I mean, this isn't too far off from, this isn't terribly far off from the first villain who was going to, what was it? Basically, dominate the entire human species with mind control satellites. The second villain was trying to use a mystical artifact from Mars to what he thought was going to be reshaping all reality, but in actuality, by attuning the object to the human brain pattern, would cause it to just explode the entire galaxy, if not just the solar system. So, yeah. I would say this is technically a step down from at least the last game. In terms of villain scope, anyway. The Roman Empire fell, Brotherhood survived unscathed. In fact, it is speculated that the Order has hastened the downfall for its own benefit. The Empire, grown obese and sedentary, was no longer conducive to the higher ideals of the Brotherhood of Purity. Members of the Order cast their eyes towards the fierce and hungry tribes of Anglos and Saxons, which were not as intellectually advanced as the Romans, but had not suffered the physical decline. Many of the kings in medieval Europe were members of the Secret Brotherhood. One was King Henry I, also known as King Henry the Fowler. Maybe we might have to deal with the Skull Kid at some point. He ruled Britain around 900 AD and was considered a visionary by the others of the Order. He prophesied that a gigantic storm will appear from the eastern sky and will overwhelm the impure. This was added to the Secret Doctrine. Other pivotal and powerful rulers of the Middle Ages were secretly affiliated with the Brotherhood of Purity, including Charles the Great, Henry the Lion, Otto the Great, Philip of Swabia, Conrad IV, and Frederick Barbarossa. While King Charlemagne was not deemed intellectually suitable for the Brotherhood, his closest advisor and confidant, Hugo von Thoron, was a high-ranking member. His influence on Charlemagne drastically affected the course of Europe and the world's history. Counted among the members of the Brotherhood were not only kings and statesmen, but also religious figures such as Basilis Valentinus, Bishop Klingzor, the Count of Acera, and Ecbert of Marin, the 13th century Bishop of Bramberg. The Spanish Inquisition was instigated by a single radical member of the Brotherhood who held a high position in the Papal Order. It is commonly believed that hundreds of thousands were put to death because they refused to join the Catholic faith. Yeah. In actuality, these deaths were the result of an enormous ethnic cleansing. This was done, however, of the Brothers' own volition and not an act of the Brotherhood. Splinter groups throughout the Middle Ages into the 20th century, there were several branches which sprang from the Brotherhood. The Crusades were in part associated with one of these branches. Eventually, the main body was able to pair off the splinter groups, but not without great bloodshed and civil war. Most of these conflicts have been misinterpreted by history, indicating the extreme and far-reaching power of the Brotherhood of Purity. Adolf Hitler somehow obtained a manuscript of the secret doctrine and was heavily influenced by the principles of the Brotherhood, though he was never a part of the order. It took many years for the Brotherhood to undo the damage done by this madman. Even in the years which have followed, the main core of the Brotherhood has had to deal with other mutated branches, some of which have grown to massive proportions before the influence of the Brotherhood could bring them under control. Okay, that's what we just read. Okay. Oh, that was a lot of reading. We are done in this room, though.
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Yep.
He had computer consoles just like Bison, lost in space. As a matter of fact, I think these are the prompts. Nice chair. In the corporate environment, lumbar support is a real plus. A typical fluorescent office lamp.
There's the probe. Hi, probe. Bye, probe. Okay. We are now clear to head back into the supervisor's room, which is where we went initially on accident. Alright. Okay, so Hex wrenched open the vent.
No way into this high security. The opening is...
Now, we saw that there was a roast beef sandwich in there last time. So what we need to do is deploy our pocket monster. Go, little Giger, go! Our pocket monster exploded.
He must have tripped something on the console, or maybe the old roast beef sandwich spontaneously combusted. At least he got the door open for me.
Wonder why that worked. Yep. I'm prepping to hide. Oh yeah, towards the, much earlier in the game, we found a little monster called a Giger, and we captured it in a cage. We stole it off of Eddie Ching, I think it was. And we've been carrying it around in our pocket for a while now. Just haven't come up with a use for it until we just threw it to a tiny air vent where it exploded trying to steal a sandwich. That's kind of one of those Dead Man Walking instances that that adventure games had at the time.
It's like the TV has no reception capability. It's set up to run only when hooked to a Laserdisc player.
Oh man, the Laserdisc. But So yeah, we had to find the... It was not so much that we had to steal the monster as far as we could tell, it so much as it was there to take. So adventure game logic dictates we should take this. It has given us all of the tools to capture and carry this particular little monster. But it's a weird little humanoid lizard monster called a Giger. And it was very clear when we first encountered it that the animators probably had a lot of fun modeling it and animating it. Okay. I guess it's that button.
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Ah, crap. Go, go, go. Gotta get behind this partition. There we go. So this isn't a very fun mechanic. It's an understandable one, but it's not very fun.
These computer panels probably do something, but I have no idea what it is. No way into this high security area. The switch to the door is that red button on the table. But what's that I see sitting next to it? That's a roast beef sandwich.
As for why the Giger died upon grabbing that sandwich, I don't think there's any real clear the game didn't give a very clear indication of why.
The consoles seem to be working, but they're inaccessible.
Okay. Aha, mini disc.
It's a memo. It says, memo to Marcus Tucker. This disc was confiscated from Ava Shanzi before she was imprisoned on the Moonchild. We are still searching her personal effects for any sign of the Winter Chip.
Alright. Have a little mini disc. Red got another disc. That one's the laser disc. Don't know what this is yet.
This looks like it might open one.
Pass key. Let's hide again in the corner. Yeah, normally like the camera's down here. We can go as high as this on our tippy toes, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look at what we just picked up. Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment that it looks a little bit kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, there's a scratch on the laser disc. I wonder if it still works.
Probably use this with the TV. Maybe. Or do we have to find a Laserdisc player? Nothing to say about this, huh? Okay. Alright. This might not be the worst place to save. Go sneak that shit. Anyway, alright, I believe we need to use...
Warning.
Yep.
Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Well then, I guess we're in the right place for that.
Maybe there's more to this watch than meets the eye. What's this? It's a secret compartment.
I don't remember if there was a thing in there. I don't think this has been super important. I don't think we've heard any of these names, and I don't think any of them have really mattered. Okay, now we can head over to this computer. Use Eva's computer card on here.
Computer passcard required to access this computer. Thank you.
We need to use the mini disc on here too. Oh hey, more FMV.
I've made initial contact with the cult. The Colonel's information was right on. There are at least 2 employees here that are members. I haven't been able to find a solid link between GRS and the cult, but I'm sure Tucker knows what's going on. Over the past month, I've been letting people know that I support the eugenics movement. Finally, I was contacted today by a cult member named Murray. He's a project supervisor. I'll be attending an initiating meeting tomorrow night. I've gotten to know one of the young researchers, Paul Dubois. I'm fairly sure he knows nothing about the cult. He told me that Tucker doesn't trust most of his staff and has the project groups working separately. 9 or 10 people came to the meeting in Tucker's office. The only ones I knew were Tucker, Murray, and Paul. I got the name of only one other cult member, a creepy little Nazi named Camden Leander. He seemed to be the highest ranking member. I didn't learn much. They seemed more concerned with grilling me and Paul. I don't think Paul is cut out for the cult. I think he's attended the meetings to get to know me. I've advised him to get out while he can. Also, there's a young woman named Elena Moore who works as Tucker's assistant. She doesn't seem to know what's going on here. I think she knows too much, and she'll probably be eliminated when the current project is finished. I've warned her to get out of the company. It looks like the project is almost completed. The cult members are ecstatic. I keep hearing them use the words purification and illuvion. I don't know what they mean, but whatever's going to happen is going to happen soon. I'm not going to use a chip until I have a better idea of what they're up to. At our last meeting, there was an older man. He looked familiar, but I couldn't place him. Apparently, he's in charge. I noticed him staring at me during the meetings. Afterwards, he pulled me aside and said there would be a special place for me in the new order. I'm going to play along.
All right. Alright, I think we are done in here. And we need to go to the conference room next. And if we need to hide, go behind, I guess, this desk and crouch. Yeah, that's what the game wants.
This desk looks like a mate to the conference table. There's no...
Aha!
Oh, it's an electronic shop laserdisc player. Chintzy, but it looks like it works. Another Playbub magazine. Say what you will, but I love the articles.
Apparently modern Playboy is almost entirely articles these days. Like, it's very little actual smut. As for the Oh yeah, like, this is very much Hydra. Todd Howard.
This picture speaks volumes of therapy. Well, this picture must have been taken at the company prom. Hey, isn't that the actor starring in Doogie Howser, The Next Generation? I'm surprised this guy didn't pose with his favorite weapon. Barbizon changed my life.
I'm not getting that reference.
Hey, a woman. Well, I hate my job. What I really want to do is sing and dance.
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Hey, that's the creep that tried to pick me up in a bar a couple of months ago. This thing's useless to me unless it's hooked up to a TV.
Yeah, I know what the game wants me to do with these. Hooray! Now have AV equipment.
Now I'm set up to play a laser disc.
Let's see, what do we need to do next? We're actually done in this room. That's all we had to come here for, was that Laserdisc player. Alright. I want to see some more of these photos, though.
I'll bet this guy loves to be poked in the belly.
What the hell kind of comment is that?
This is probably the guy the whole office played practical jokes on. Something tells me this guy slid all the way to the bottom of the corporate ladder.
Yeah, generally when Tex is having to deal with these things,
Kid tested, mother approved.
it's pretty common that it's either all burned down or all
What does this guy
ruined.
think he is, an action figure? I'm pretty sure I bought a used speeder from this guy. These trees look real enough to eat.
See if we get a peek around the more. What's on there?
My home movies would look great on that screen. There must be a remote control panel that controls this video screen. Maybe it's somewhere on the conference table.
So I think this is meant to be some red herrings in here.
Some kind of remote control pad. Probably controls the audio-video display.
Like if I were to take a guess, this is either a red herring or an instant death. Let's find out which. Oops.
Well, the video screen works. Now I need to get something to actually come up on the screen.
Oh. Oh, I guess it's just a
This
red
table's...
Warning. Security sweep will begin in
I probably
5
should, but
seconds.
I was doing that for the first game, but this one, since it does it in increments and all that, I'm content with the, with just using the increment system for this one. And we know the coast is clear when the travel button comes in grade. Right there. Alright, so we don't have anything more we have to do in
I'll
here.
bet this guy wets himself every time someone takes his picture. Admit it, you can't tell I'm bald. Pressures of the corporate world have obviously driven this man to irregularity. He'll sell no wine before it's time. Nepotism rears its ugly head.
Not sure what the wine thing with the reference to, if anything.
And Papa Bear said, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." Well, this must be the GRS patron saint of evil.
Alright, let's go. There we go. Alright, Marcus Tucker is... Okay. To hide in here, we have to go behind these plants. It doesn't seem like a very good hiding spot, but I'll take it. Let's see what we can see just from the pixels here.
Plastic plants always had that.
I think these are...
Wow, they had computer consoles just like this on Lost in Space.
I think we heard that line before.
Plastic plants.
Alright, these plants actually block out most of this stuff.
Plastic plant.
Yep.
These drawers are in need.
Ah,
An old-fashioned red tip wouldn't match. My Zippo's out of fluid. Maybe I should keep this around for an emergency light. An old piece of masking tape is stuck here. Looks like some numbers are printed on it. 142235. Probably doesn't mean a thing. Nothing in here but a...
Another door here.
Something tells me I'll find some answers. This panel must control access to the safe. Looks like it's a voice-activated ID system.
2.
Well,
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
okay. I hope this is good enough. Hi there, eyeball. Bye there, eyeball. Okay, so now we can examine this.
Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker.
Oh, there we got his voice. Okay, looks like this is the part that's gonna be a little tricky. So just gonna save one more time. Alright, we need to...
Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker. Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker. Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker.
Stand by for DNA scan. DNA incompatible. Attention, security, intruder on premises.
So we need to rush in here. Oh god. Get to the corner behind the plants. And yes, thank you for writing down the number. Oh, I actually blew part of that.
This panel must control.
So what we blew about that was, we do need to reload that. Once more with feeling. Oops, that's not the right door. That's a weird place to put the player.
Yep.
Stand by for DNA scan. DNA incompatible. Attention, security, intruder on premises.
So what we need to do get all this stuff. We need to quickly rush behind the plants, which that so much that far we managed to get correct. Need to wait for that security drone to come back and go inside the safe again. And lock that little fucker inside. And I think that gives us freedom to just do as we please now. Let's get someplace less obnoxiously noisy. Yep, sounds like that took care of the drone. All the same, let's hide in here for a bit. Just to be super safe about this. Outside of chaos.
This memo consists of a short outline titled Anticipated Patterns of Organic Regrowth. Topics listed below include effects on marine life, risk of vegetation contamination, and possibility of inherent immunity.
Alright, now time to solve puzzles. Okay, looks like that does it. So far, so good. I would imagine maybe brother? Yeah. Perfection is in there. We want something with a D down here. There we go. Okay, looks like this is next. I'm guessing this because there's still more stuff at the top on this one where not much left on the others. I'm gonna guess this is probably next then. And here's... Okay. Yep. Going off of business was a very clear word that it was missing some letters still. Construction. Oh, that's not it. I'm not even close. There it is. Right next to it. Yep. Oh, that doesn't quite look right. There we go. I'm gonna guess this from judging from like the fact that we are seekers of I would imagine purity is kind of what the next word is that they're looking for. Alright. Oops. Wanted to grab. Now it's time for this one. I used to have to help my mom occasionally put together documents that they accidentally shredded at her legal office. It looks like provide. Looking for an E. Yep. Not quite. Looks like it's the next, gonna be the next piece, I believe. Yeah, no. No, not even close. This one? Yeah, I think it's this one, and followed by... Oh, not quite that one, no. Huh. Like there, there, there. Nope, not even a little bit close. Now, now down here is Moonchild. So assuming this is probably next then. And yeah, basic. I know that comment was said earlier. Yeah, someone did get busy in MS Paint for this pretty clearly. Though this, I imagine this is probably before MS Paint even had like transparencies or anything, because this is 1994, and it would be MS Paint for like Windows 3.1, if anything. Next. Oh, yeah. Sacred Relic. Alas. Defect. Holy. And we're done. Not too hard. A lot easier than the other note scraps we have. Brother Marcus, we are the Seekers of Purity who will abide no defect in spirit or form. The time is close at hand. Your work was exemplary and adhered in every detail to the holy prophecies. Now that we have the sacred relic in our possession, our plans can be carried out. I regret that you had to eliminate Dubois. Alas, such is the folly of man. Chanzi is being held on the Moonchild and will pay dearly for her treachery. Also, as feared, Brotherhood Thaniel was not genetically suitable for our order and had to be retired. Now your instructions go to the Bastion of Sanctity, longitude, latitude, Upon arriving, the chameleon will provide transport, though he will not travel with you to the Moonchild, just now as he has other business to attend to before joining us. Godspeed, brother. Alright. Another thing we gotta check out is this.
Let's take a look at this Buddha.
Whoop.
Whoops. So clumsy. Well, I'll be
Immediately
darned.
explodes.
This must be the winter chip. And it was right here under the cult's nose the whole time.
Yeah, this winter chip is what we've been looking for, and was supposed to be part of that dragon statue. We're stuck to it. And no, it was just right here, I guess. Yeah, they had this opportunity this whole time to thoroughly look at this statue and break this chip to prevent the self-destruct button from being activated. And we have a video
Looks
cassette.
interesting, but I'll need to find a video cassette player.
I'm trying to think, do we have a video cassette player somewhere?
This desk looks like a main.
Alright, so we found that number that was written down in chat. Thank you, Adcon. Apparently there's a wall safe we gotta find, which I think is in here.
These computer panels.
Pretty sure this isn't it.
This panel must control.
Not a lot of wall for there to be a safe left on. Where is it?
These computer panels.
I'm just gonna have to mouse sweep the walls. The plant. Actually, it said the supervisor's room. Is this the supervisor's room? Seems like a stupid question. It's director of operations. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of free to explore here, and thank you for the pat on the back for doing it, and I hope doing it well. That seems to be the supervisor room, but where is the wall safe? Is it out here? Not that stain.
Wow, they had computer consoles just.
Oh, this must be the wall safe. Oh, Nelly. There we are.
This type of safe requires a 6-digit code to open.
Yep.
If the people who worked here are anything like me, they would have written the code.
Now, if it's anything like the last safe that was like this, this bar seems to be how much time you have to just punch in the whole code. So if I manually were to click the buttons, I would not be able to do this fast enough. Fortunately, there is numpad support for this. So... Whoops. Actually, let's just try typing it. I guess not this time. Didn't seem to have numpad support that was super responsive there.
I wonder what's in that vial. It says cigarette viral powder. Viral powder for cigarettes? The cigarette load is a classic practical joke, but this is ridiculous.
Yep, that's, I guess, how they're planning to spread it. Okay, now we need to go back to the conference room. Pop this open. And no, this wasn't a red herring, we just didn't have what we need for this.
Well, the video screen works. Now I need to get something to actually come up on the screen.
So here's the pixel hunt of the game. You have to find this key right here. Now if you're just like looking around the room, like that's a little mean, but at the same time, it does make logical sense here, and you can find it by accident by walking around the room. But you would also have to be kind of thorough and realize, I don't think I'm done here.
Oh, the cabinet doors are locked. Maybe there's something worth finding inside. Well, that's not gonna work. Looks like a state-of-the-art VCR.
Yeah, that's why we needed that key.
Looks like a Okay. My home movies would look great on that. Okay.
There's a tape right in there. I want to see what it... Oh, whatever.
Looks interesting, but I'll need to find a video cassette player.
Oh, they didn't model it without the tape in it already? So... Okay. That's supposed to be the tape I'm currently holding. But they didn't model a version of the VCR without the tape in it. That's fine.
Though not an effective way to infect the mass population, the viral powder combined with tobacco then inhaled is the quickest way to provoke death. Witness its effects on the traitor Paul Dubois. On a larger scale, the virus can be introduced into the upper atmosphere by means of dispenser satellites. With proper flight path alignment and a minimum of 100 dispensers, Earth's atmosphere could be thoroughly saturated within 12 hours. Once in the atmosphere, the viral molecules bond to condensing moisture and create a seeding effect. The ensuing rainstorms would bring the virus down to the planet's surface. As we have witnessed, the effect of the virus is almost instantaneous, and the entire fauna population of the Earth should expire within several days at most. While this method of extermination is thorough, its residual effects are significant. The atmosphere will continue to cycle the virus for years until natural decay and filtering cause the viral strain to become a negligible portion of the atmosphere. We estimate that this process will require a minimum of 30 years to complete.
Brutal. So it sounds like what we already kind of got from Dubois' files. I suppose we can take a peek at some of these photos now that we have some free time. These look like a lot of Tim and Eric extras, I've got to say. I'm pretty sure it's just the devs, but...
Well, this must be the GRS patron saint of evil.
Yeah, that looks kind of like the, looks kind of like the director. And I just love how early 90s, late 80s some of the fashion is, especially like on their glasses and hairstyles. Like, I'm pretty sure those are the exact glasses my mom had in like 1995, 96. Anyway. Looks like we do have everything we need. So, we only have one place we can go.
Sure, I'm glad to be out of GRS. I'll need to catch a few winks before I go anywhere else. First thing in the morning, I'll need to go back and check on Elena.
There's been a change in plans. You and I have a date with destiny. Let's go.
It feels like I've been asleep for about 10 seconds when I hear something moving through the office.
Oh god. Anger cube.
Hello again, Murphy. Remember me? If not, how about now? The ability to change forms is a talent I was born with. The metamorphosis is difficult to explain, but I've found it quite useful.
Oh crap, it's an evil cube.
I haven't had a
Look
chance
out.
to thank you for your efforts to our cause. You did us a great favor in retrieving the statuette. It was the last key to fulfilling our ancient prophecies. Now we wait until the appointed time. Incidentally, I've kidnapped your girlfriend. I know you're looking for a certain computer chip. Abandon your search now, and I won't harm Miss Moore. It would be a shame to kill her. Besides, it's not easy stuffing a head into one of those water coolers. Just ask your friend Pug. He's cooling off right now.
Oh no. Oh no. Poor Pug. I'm kind of impressed that he got the head in there, considering that's just like a regular... I forget how many gallon jugs those are, but it's got a tiny little,
I tried for an hour to get Pug's head out of the water cooler, but it was
Yeah.
no dice. The police
How the hell did
showed
you do
up and
that?
thought about grilling me until they realized Pug was a mutant. And it was like they couldn't care less. That's the trouble with this world. A life's
Well, then.
still a life, whether it's mine or Pug's, it still has to count for something. If a crime to humanity is committed, someone should have to pay for it. The chameleon had killed Pug for no good reason and had kidnapped Elena. I'm not about to let him get away with it. Not today.
Yeah, day 5. Beating the odds. A chameleon to 1. What a good pun. Go ahead and save. Now, this seems like something I would stuff into the watch. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Yeah, cool. Watch with hidden chip. Seems like a terrible idea. Combining the viral powder with the cigarette. But I think that's what it wants me to do. Lethal cigarette. And of course we're gonna need to light this at some point.
Ah, the world's most effective stop smoking method. That watch's secret compartment may be the safest place for me to hide the winter chip.
Yeah.
This pure mountain spring water is indispensable.
Okay. I was kinda hoping this dialogue would change.
My phonograph's an old family heirloom.
I love to play the classics. Kool and the Gang, Peaches and Herb.
Okay. Let's check the fax machine.
My shiny but cheaply made fax machine sits ready for action.
Nope, nothing coming out of the fax machine. Do we have any mail? Nope, doesn't look like we've got any mail.
What's going on, Tex?
There's a lot of wild stuff you missed.
Sorry, I haven't heard anything about that. Wish I could help you there, Tex. Sorry, I haven't heard anything about that. Wish I could help you there, Tex.
Also, there's a name that we saw in there. There was Percival, who is one of the people that we could ask her about. Okay, yeah. I think Percival... I forget, did we visit Percival? We might have visited Percival already. I'll ask her about it in a moment.
Okay, what's on your mind?
The goodest boy in the gang.
He's some billionaire. I think he runs some kind of operation on Mars or the moon.
It just occurred to me. The prices on this chart. Are those in dollars or new yen or yen or... Like, that's $55 for a cup of coffee. Seems about right for projected inflation as seen from the early 90s, but damn. Law prohibits the purchase of something with food stamps. Sorry. King Sabs. Alright. I think we might be able to see these signs in Tesla Effect, because I believe that's when Sal here returns.
Sorry.
Okay, you don't know anything about these topics. Okay. I think we asked you about Lowell Percival. Yeah. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, please. See any gadgets in here? Doesn't look like it.
Well, what are you looking for?
Do you have fax machines?
Sure do. In fact, there's one older model in the blue light special.
I tried not to stare, but it threw me off.
Okay, yeah, he hasn't changed. Actually, I think he might have reverted to an earlier state of dialogue. Now, it doesn't look like there's any doodads to buy in there. Bug is dead.
Hey, matey!
I can't help you there. I can't help. Yeah, a big-time criminal and master of disguise. I don't think I know him, but I hear he's in town. Sure, I heard of him. Billionaire. Made his money in mining and colonizing up on Mars.
Yeah, I think little Percival was the other main billionaire involved in Mars in the previous game. That's. I'm gonna have to insult the tip guide. Right. We do have yeah, we do have the Bastion of Sanctity as a location, I suppose. I think we're also supposed to check. Or no, I guess we don't need to check on what's your face? Yeah, it's not even on the map anymore. Okay, oh no, it's the Colonel's office. Maybe he might know something now. Private Dick.
Back again, eh, Murphy? He's on Interpol's 10 Most Wanted list. Apparently he's been here in San Francisco for several weeks. I doubt anybody will ever catch him. He's a master of disguise and never leaves a trail to follow. Jeez, Tex, you think I know? Sorry, can't help you. Didn't you meet him on that Martian memorandum case?
Yeah.
I don't know more about him than you do.
We did meet Lowell Percival when he was in the previous game. Got it. Okay. I guess Bastion of Sanctity? Off we go, I guess.
I heard that some rich guy a few years back bought the remaining pieces of an ancient European castle. This must be the place. As I approach the coordinates given in the shredded note from GRS, I see a massive structure jutting out from a deeply forested area. Bastion looks like a medieval castle, but there's nothing romantic about this place. It seems to lay there, a festering evil, like a paper cut gone bad. From here I can get a good look at the chameleon. He's pacing around, smoking like a brush fire and talking to himself. I don't know what he's smoking, but he looks higher than an infield fly. I've got to distract him somehow and get him out of the room. Then I'll figure out a way to get him out of here for good. It's the chameleon. Looks like he's enjoying his rich imported cigarette. Maybe I can get him to stop smoking permanently.
I think
First,
I know
I'll
what
have to create some sort
what we
of
have
a
to do to
smoke
solve
screen,
this.
get him out
And
of
it's
the main
pretty
room.
fucked up.
Chameleon has Elena in a laser field. The effect of the beam is probably keeping her sedated. With the chameleon out of the way, I can find out how to shut it off. That figure in the center of the stained glass looks familiar. I almost bought some chairs just like these at my neighbor's garage sale. That roaring fire makes me wish I'd brought fixins for s'mores. That sun face reminds me of the cute little sun on the Raisin Bran box.
I think this was a scene from Phantasmagoria. This sounds like badly remixed Link to the Past music. Oh, hey, what's that?
Well, this is your standard V-clamp coat of arms. Oh, I guess the clamp's just stuck there. I don't want to know what the chameleon uses this V-clamp for.
I'm gonna take it.
Well, any cult that worships sea monkeys can't be all bad.
Oh boy. There's also an issue, due to the nature of this engine, where it speeds up when you're moving the camera in a place where there's not a lot of polygons to render. Like, this is going the same speed, but you can see it just immediately speeds up as it goes by this wall over here. Yeah, this predates Quake by a bit. This is a really sophisticated engine.
2 antique knights. I'll bet Rook wouldn't mind capturing these.
Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum.
These weapons would be really useful if someone hadn't bolted them to the wall. Well, any cult that...
What's this? Nothing. Huh. Weird.
Well, I'll be darned. That's Uncle Morty, and he was not a handsome man. That's an odd place for a vase. I wonder if I could use it as a distraction.
Hey.
This gargoyle's only got one eye, and it looks removable.
Yeah, the first Quake hadn't come out by this time, but this engine is about as, if not more, about as sophisticated and ridiculously optimized.
Looks like a perfectly harmless bungee cord. It's probably used by the cult as some kind of diabolical torture device. This door appears to be sealed shut. I guess I'll need to look somewhere else.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess the thing we need to do to the chameleon here is we gotta replace his lit cigarette, it looks like, with... We should probably light this cigarette now. I'm sure it won't kill us. Now it's lit. Can we combine the bungee cord with lamps, I guess? Yeah, a slingshot. And it did mention that vase would be a good distraction. You can't physically reach it, but as... Come on. Come on, Tex. Oh god. I guess we need to use this gemstone with the slingshot. Probably gotta use this to hit that vase. To distract him, and I guess while he's distracted we give him the cigarette somehow. Yeah, nice little cutscene. Whoop. Oh, Jesus. Pop out his cigarette. Or the danger cigarette.
Okay, the cigarette's in place. Now if you'll just go for it. Yeah, here he comes. Come on. Come on. Over to the table for some real smoking enjoyment.
Let's get it.
That's it. Smoke away, sucker.
Baby
Gotcha.
Jesus. Well, that's one good way to kill a shapeshifter.
Didn't anyone ever tell you these things can kill you?
I underestimated you, Murphy. Viral powder in my cigarette. Very clever. You're a worthy opponent.
You know, I think the world would be a much nicer place without people like you. People who go around stuffing other people's heads into water coolers.
I'm glad you clarified that.
You've accomplished nothing. Except now, I'll be a martyr in the New Order. And you'll die with all the other vermin in the great Alluvia. And when the Earth has returned to a state of perfection, and the purified races return after the waiting, my name will live forever.
Yeah, I guess that's good in theory. Too bad you won't be around to enjoy it.
Death means nothing. I would die 1,000 times to help fulfill the sacred prophecy. Enjoy your victory while you can, Murphy. Tomorrow night, you will die.
I caught a lucky break getting rid of the chameleon this easy. Death is always an ugly business, but if anyone deserved it, he did. Now I've got to get Elena out of the force field.
Okay.
Looking at this painting reminds me of the time that girl told me I had Roman hands. Renaissance couple returning an overdue library book. Great columns. A shield. Reminds me of my deodorant soap. Being a man doesn't mean you have to smell like one.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed flipping switches, especially when I'm not absolutely certain what the switch does. That roaring fire makes me...
Already heard that.
Looks like a comfy chair. All I need now is a big screen TV and some tortilla chips. Bread, milk, taco sauce. Damn! I know I'm forgetting something. This is Peter loaning Paul his Sgt. Pepper's album.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Oh, poor guy. That's a pretty small leaf.
Yeah, he's just a grower, not a shower. Goodness.
Apparently the artist forgot to paint on the other two leaves.
Yeah, I presume. Okay, yeah, just flip that.
Tex! I knew you'd come! That monster came to the motel. He looked just like you. So I opened the door. He must have knocked me out. It was terrible, the things he said to me. Oh, Tex, hold me! Kiss me!
Oh. That was a really cheesy delivery. I guess Gumshoe motto.
Sorry, Elena. But like I was told long ago, guns don't kill detectives. Love does. Besides, every time I look at you, I can't help but think of your sister, and that gives me a stomachache.
But Tex, I think I'm in love with you.
Why? Self-effacing deflection.
Look, I'm not your type, sweetie. Just ask your sister.
Are you sure there's nothing I can do to make you stay?
Do you play Twisty? Never mind. Look, don't get me wrong, Elena. I think you're as cute as a button. But right now, I got a job to do, and I've got to do it alone. Unless I stop the cult from executing their plan, we're all gonna be toast.
Men worth having are always running off. Maybe it wouldn't work out for us anyway. If they don't kill you, let me buy you a drink. I owe you a big one.
Magnanimous.
Look, Elena, you don't owe me a thing. But maybe you could help me, because what I really need right now is a good lead.
The Chameleon said that he was supposed to meet up with someone named Feral Puss at a place called the Broken Skull. Does that help?
Yeah, it does, as a matter of fact.
He summoned to his presence 1,000 hale and light-hearted friends to the deep seclusion of one of his castellated abbeys. This was an extensive and magnificent structure, the creation of the prince's own eccentric yet august taste. A strong and lofty wall girdled it in. Without was the Red Death.
That was that particular story.
Is that
was
the
Edgar
final
Allan
group?
Poe, but
Yes, brother. Everyone has arrived.
And all the provisions are stored. What about the wine? We hadn't received the shipment when I last checked the inventory.
All is in order, brother. We have sufficient supplies to take us into the next century.
Excellent. I will notify the master that everything is prepared. The celebration is set to begin at the appointed hour.
I don't know when you left. A summary so far is we got the information from the evil Nazi folks. They're planning to use some sort of airborne virus that will cause everything on the planet to basically get their chi blocked like Fist of the North Star and explode in a horrible shower of gore. At least that's how it seemed. Complete with the wacky deformations. But, yeah, it seems like bad airborne virus. We killed the Chameleon by replacing his cigarette with one that was laced with said virus. And we are trying to figure out... Yes, what is your question? They have a giant space laser for launching the virus into the atmosphere. We did learn about the Colonel. The Colonel is actually working with a department of the government alphabet soup designed to counteract things such as the various all of the various groups that would try to overthrow or otherwise destroy the government. And they're mostly fascists, and like this was their latest target. Unfortunately, with the introduction of the Chameleon to the equation, every single person in that department was killed, and is also why the Colonel was killed, among others. So yeah, the Colonel is on the side of the folks trying to stop the Nazis. Yeah. Indeed, that's good. But yeah, he's on the side of the folks trying to stop the Nazis. I don't recall if there's too many more details. Like he was the one that the winter chip was supposed to be delivered to send on to the actual big government department, who would then send a proper agent to apply the chip and destroy the Moonchild with all of these fascist assholes on it. And unfortunately, by the time they had the winter chip put together and everything, The agent who was supposed to give it to the colonel was caught. The chip was missing, and the colonel discovered that the department was just gone. It was just nothing but a bunch of bodies in the building. So, yeah, it looks like our next stop is Broken Skull, which is somewhere off planet. What a thumbnail. But, I assume this is like an orbital bar or something? Yeah. I guess our hovercar can just go there. Yep.
The way station is small, with a diameter of maybe 5,000 meters. I have no problem finding a Broken Skull, which turns out to be a typical off-world saloon. The kind of place where all the booze is watered down, the prices are triple, and the waitresses all have fresh stitches on their foreheads. It's strangely quiet, though, and the dame behind the bar looks like she'd just as soon cut my throat as pour me a drink.
So what'll you have?
Let's order a heart.
Give me 4 fingers of rye whiskey. Neat.
You know, we don't take American Express. Cash customers only.
You take out-of-state cash?
We'll take any cash with the Made in the USA logo on it.
Let's not mince words. I'll give you a C-note for some information.
Put your money where your mouth is, Rockefeller.
Where did we get this? Where was this? I mean, I'm not I don't want to complain, but... What? Sure, why not? And yeah, American Express jokes were still fresh.
Okay, moneybags. One question.
Crap. I guess he must have. That or he, took it out of, the chameleon's wallet. I mean, we proved in the first game that Tex is not above taking money out of a dead man's wallet. Let's go with Bluffing Name Dropper, I guess. This seems like a good way to get in trouble.
I'm here to meet someone. The chameleon sent me.
Do you have the token?
Yeah, let's save. This would probably give it away that we're full of crap. Unprepared seems like we might be able to pull it off like we did with the electronics store guy. Indignant seems like a good way to get draw too much attention. Granted, it doesn't look like there's anyone else here at the bar, but it's a good way to get bouncers involved. So I'm gonna try B.
Let me check. No, I must be in my other overcoat.
Look, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I mean, maybe you're one of us, and maybe you're just an idiot. Go find your token. If you come back here without it, don't plan on leaving.
The watch with the hidden chip is the winter chip that is going to explode their station, and she seems like someone who would know that. I don't think that would be the ideal thing to present. But, huh. I mean, if anybody, the only living person we have left that would know anything about the cult, I guess, is Elena. Milan Toad was kind of, not terribly bright or aware what was going on, and Toad was, aligned with the Colonel, as long as the Colonel had money. Anyway.
Did you forget something?
There's something about a token.
The chameleon said something about using an old silver dollar as a token. I don't know where you could find one. They're so rare.
Pawn shop. That's where you would find a silver dollar. Pawn shop. It just kind of hit me.
Sorry.
Let's just go straight to Rooks. But no, yeah, we're not going to give her the Watch of the Hidden Chip. I think that's how we're getting the chip.
Judas Murphy, can't you find something else to do besides bothering me? Yeah, I've got a couple of old Susan B. Anthony silver dollars in my coin collection. They're pretty expensive. I guess I do owe you something.
Aha! Why'd I exit to the alley? This last leg seems a little rushed, if I'm gonna be honest. But that's usually the way it was with the early big budget productions. I mean, you saw it a lot even with PlayStation games, which came a few years after this. Even Final Fantasy VI, which came out around the same time. The entire second half of the game, with the World of Ruin, was not planned. They completely made it up on the spot, with like 3 to 6 months left in the development cycle, and put the whole thing together. And yeah, the later big budget productions would do the same thing. But like, it seems like this is around the time when that trend started. Dumpster Boy, tell me what you know. Ask away. I don't think you have any information on anything relevant to any of this.
Wish I could help.
Don't even know about silver dollars.
Nope. Don't know. Sorry. Wish I... Nope. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wish I could...
That's what I thought. Okay. Oh boy. So we have the token now, I guess we just... Let's save. We are on day 5, and this is we're on day 5, and there are 6 days in the game. So yes, we are pretty close to the end of the game. If we don't finish it this session, it'll probably be done next session. Without looking at the answers, just getting a rough feel, skipping ahead a little at the guide. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot left. I mean, like, it looks like we're pretty close to, like, the length of day 5 is a lot shorter than, oh boy, that's messing with the audio. Like, the previous days are close to 3 to 4 times longer than day 5 is, it looks like. And day 6 is about as long as day 5. Anyway. So, let's head back to the Broken Skull, I guess. Alright.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yeah. It went through the wash, but I think it'll work.
Well, let's see it. I haven't got all day.
I'm half tempted to show her the watch with the hidden chip, actually, but no. That's...
Okay. Go knock on that door and say Jax or better. The man you need to see is in there.
I walk down a hall and look at the name tag on the door. Beryl Puth. Must be a charming guy. I call out the password and a gravelly, grating voice calls loudly for me to come in. As I step into the back room, I'm blasted by an aromatic wave of cigar smoke, alcohol, fish, and body sweat. The combination almost knocks me out. The room is empty except for a bloated hog of a man who seems to be the source of all the foul odors.
I ain't seen you here before. Who the hell are you?
That's what passed for a bloated hog of a man in the early to mid-90s, I guess. I mean, that you would just... That's a pretty average build guy today. I guess he's got the gynomastasia, but even so. Alright. Well, in a china shop, friendly sort of, or feeble joke. I think we're friendly sort of.
My friends call me Tex. You can call me Mr. Murphy, unless you'd like to be my friend.
You know, I made a bet that you wasn't stupid enough to use your real name. I guess we both lose, Murphy.
You know, Mr. Puss, it's not only rude, but it's also illegal to point a Lester flame rod at a total stranger.
Ha! You're not a total stranger. I've been waiting for you for a while now. Though I thought you was gonna come up with that chameleon.
So you're disappointed the chameleon isn't here, huh? Why? Was he your girlfriend?
Hell, I ought to blow your head off right now. But I ain't gonna. I like watching you sweat.
You know, I bet you do. Probably makes your own body odor less noticeable.
Watch your mouth, boy, or I'll blow your damn head off. My boss told me that when you got here, I should take care of you. Now sit down!
Well, great. I'd like a Mai Tai with 2 umbrellas and a nice plate of those cocktail weenies.
I don't think so. I think you wanted me to slit your throat. But there ain't no sport in that. So I'm gonna give you a chance to beat the odds.
Oh, I've beaten a few odds in my time.
I'll guarantee you haven't beaten this.
What the hell is this?
I call it the Ferrolette table. 3 of them balls are hollow, and there's a spy drone in each one. They're little robotic arachnids with nasty stingers.
Well, dare I ask what's in the 4th ball?
Inside that one is part of a ticket to the Moonchild. I'll mix them around. Then you just have to pick the ball with the ticket and open it up. Do that 4 times, and I'll take you to the Moonchild.
Could you
Sounds
just
like the
shoot
old
me?
shell game to me.
Could you just shoot me?
Close enough. Here's the ball with the ticket. Let's play. Okay, pick a ball. Any ball.
It looks like it was this one.
Beginner's luck. Let's see how you do this time.
He probably should shoot me either way, but he's not gonna, which is weird. You need to make this a little harder, I guess. I mean, it's right there. Yeah, like, realistically, like, this guy should just have shot Tex Murphy for using his real name. Anyway.
Damn it! I guess I need to speed up the balls a little bit. Well, third time's the charm. For me.
Let's see if they lower the frame rate. Yep. I think I caught it. I think it's this one. Damn.
Lucky today, aren't we? I can't wait to see a spy drone tear your head off. No one's gotten this far before, Murphy. It'd be a real shame if you screwed up now.
It would. Damn. That I almost lost track of it that time. It's the same one, I think.
Damn you, Murphy! I wanted to see you die! But we did make a deal. I'm taking a few people up to the Moonchild in a couple of hours. You can go with us. I have some business to take care of. Wait at the bar until we leave. Drinks are on me. Be sure to ask for the house special. It's my favorite.
Sit down, brother. Have a drink. It's on the house.
It's not... So far, it's been more of a case of he's not the most competent, he's just the most lucky. More, I would say, seems to be more how it is.
Thanks. Make it bourbon neat. So, when we leaving?
Oh, it won't be long now. The purification will be tomorrow at midnight.
Yeah, sounds like fun. By the way, Farrell told me to ask about the house special.
Oh, really? Well, Farrell's always been partial to the house special. Here you go.
This ought to hit the spot. Are you gonna join me?
Oh, no, it's a little strong for me. It's a man's drink.
He's probably gonna knock out Tex.
So, you're Tex Murphy. Well, we're gonna make your trip as comfortable as possible. Nighty-night!
Yeah. And yeah, the dialogue system is not great. And that was day 5. Mooning the cult.
The figure was tall and gaunt, and in the costume and bearing of the stranger neither wit nor propriety existed. There are chords in the hearts of the most reckless, which cannot be touched without emotion. Even with the utterly lost, to whom life and death are equally jests, there are matters of which no jest can be made.
I must have died and gone to heaven. Except I don't think people in heaven have raging hangovers. I must be on the Moonchild. I have to admit, it is incredible. I could get used to living in a place like this. I've never seen anything so beautiful. What's that sound? Something's coming this way.
Ah, hell. Another cube. Oh god. Help.
Wake up, Mr. Murphy. We'll have no sleeping through the greatest event in the history of the world. I'm so glad you could join us on this sacred day. Maybe you don't recognize me. It has been some time. Lowell Percival, at your service.
Oh, hi.
You did a job for me on Mars a few years back. Cleverness, tenacity, both then and now, have shown me that you belong here. In fact, I need to thank you for securing the statuette for us. The flawless crystal and the symbolic purity of the dove are the foundation of our beliefs. Our sacred text has said that our destiny would be secure only if we had the statuette in our possession. We are deeply in your debt.
Not the guy
In
who
an hour
hired
or
us.
so, we will fulfill an ancient prophecy, specifically the purification by means of the Great Alluvion. It is a fabulous name for a somewhat nasty process. Those creative minds at GRS worked extra hard for a long time to make our prophecy a reality. It was quite a challenge to come up with a plan that would match the details of the Great Alluvion as it is described in our sacred text. Cost me a fortune. Now everything's prepared. At midnight, I will become the savior of our dying world. The earth has become a rotting shell, inhabited by a mongrel breed of half-humans that infest the pure races with their filthy, mutated genes. Is that to be the fate of mankind? The earth must be thoroughly cleansed for mankind to be saved. Soon, we'll release the seeds of purification, the great alluvion, the baptism of fire, which follows will destroy all life on earth. But from the ashes will arise a glorious new age. In keeping with the sacred prophecies, we'll wait 40 years here on the Moonchild. Then our genetically pure children will return to a world that, like them, is clean and unspoiled. Though I may not live to see it, I will die peacefully, knowing that I have given mankind a purified world. I designed this Moonchild to be the Ark of humanity, but it is also a splendid place to spend the next 40 years. We have it all here: aquariums, aviaries, zoos with animals of all kinds, forests, rivers, mountains, nightclubs, ballparks, everything you could ever want. And the people, only the creme de la creme: architects, bankers, doctors, artists, musicians, even a former president. And as for the women, they're all beautiful, intelligent, accomplished. 1,000 men, women, and children, all bound together by belief and purpose, a desire to create a world free of imperfections, a society of harmony, peace, without fear, without crime. Share in our dream, Mr. Murphy. You have less than an hour to decide. I can't allow you to attend the big purification party, but I'll be down to see you right after. I'm sure you'll agree that your options are limited.
So, Lowell Percival is behind all this. His offer is tempting. Sounds like paradise. And there's probably no way to stop the cult now, so maybe I should just make the best of it. Hold on, Murphy. Don't forget what they've got in mind. They intend to wipe out every person that doesn't have to meet their standards. I wouldn't last very long in a club like this. I could never be part of their brotherhood.
I've got to find a way to stop them, but I'm gonna need some help. If Ava Shanzi is still alive and I can find her, the two of us might be able to figure something out. Maybe it's too late, but I've got to do something.
So, Lowell Percival wasn't the guy who hired us in the previous game, but he was the rival.
I looked through the pockets of my overcoat, but they've taken everything. All I've got left is the watch I found at the Countess Mansion. Could be a lot worse, though. At least they didn't find the winter chip.
There it is. Yep. So... Okay, so, Lowell Percival. He was the rival billionaire to the guy who hired us in Martian Memorandum, the previous game. He helped us uncover the plot and basically stop the mad scientist from actually going through and blowing up the solar system or the galaxy. It was a little vague on how big the destruction was going to be when he was hooked up to the artifact that was the MacGuffin of the game. But yeah, here we are on the last day with the hidden chip in the hidden
That watch's
compartment.
secret compartment may be the safest place for me to hide the winter chip.
I guess let's take a look at our surroundings.
Back on Earth, this thing wouldn't last 10 minutes without getting spray painted. These columns are just for looks. Makes me wonder what's holding up the ceiling. The walls are constructed of bonded titanium. Not even a blowtorch would cut through it. The walkways are handsomely framed by these rock walls. Looks like someone didn't get around to picking up this pile of leaves. Groundskeepers must belong to a union.
But, yeah. For Lowell Percival, he was not... Oh, it looks like... Yeah.
This piece of rock looks like it's come loose from the mortar.
He was not the villain, but still a major player in the previous game.
Nice piece of stone. Smooth, shiny, and fits snugly in the palm of my hand.
Let's see...
This must be the way out, and I can hear someone pacing from the other side. Probably the security guard.
Probably a bad idea to open that. What's that?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Puffbuster smoke detector.
I'm gonna guess we need to set this off, and I'm guessing this pile of leaves...
Looks like someone didn't get...
Probably is gonna be what helps us do that, but we need to find stuff to start a fire. What's behind this door?
This door looks too accessible to be an exit.
Yep, fire is indeed the solution to this puzzle.
A bottle of lighting fluid. These cult members must like to barbecue.
Let's grab that lighter fluid. Let's take a peep at it.
High-octane lighter fluid in the point and squirt container. Very convenient.
Weird that they would be planning to use this place for 40 years, and all they have is a single can in this huge closet. Especially considering, like, how limited the space is on a station. I know the guy's rich, but I have a feeling they would probably cut some costs to save space or optimize the usage of their space. Also, the music stopped. But let's see. Aha.
A rake. Too bad someone already gathered up all the leaves in here.
Let's take the rake. That's entirely possible that we're on the Enterprise D in the Mirror Universe.
The walls are constructed of bonded...
Was that another pixel? Yeah, that just looks like it was, yeah, a rendering error. Anything else? Not that I could see. That distortion effect is really wild.
Looks like someone didn't get around.
Where did my rake go? Oh, hey. What's that?
This rock looks like it may actually be a piece of flint.
Why would you keep... I'm not going to question it. There's already a lot of inconsistencies here. Things that just don't add up. I mean, granted, I suppose they probably emptied the closet. Come to think of it, they probably emptied the closet mostly out for the sake that they're using this to hold prisoners in. Why they're holding prisoners in here is another weird question. They had Tex Murphy where they wanted him, and they could have killed him at any point. And yet here we are, in the belly of the beast, ready to ruin it. I guess. I guess they are just monsters rather than savages. I assume we gotta combine these. Yeah.
Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work.
Oh god. Perfect. Beautiful. Flawless. 10 out of 10.
What an idiot. Oh.
Get owned, idiots. Okay. We probably should take his clothes and all that, but I don't think... It seems like Tex is kind of corralling us into this hallway. Let's take a peep at the doors. Observation deck.
So, this is the door to the observatory. Sounds like a place worth looking into.
Badum-tish. Take a quick stock of everything that's here. To look at.
This door looks like it probably opens from the other side.
Okay, guess we can't go in there.
I'd say my situation qualifies as an emergency.
I'm gonna guess we need to go through here then. What's the catch? See the keypad.
Looks like the access panel requires some kind of ID badge.
Yeah, I think that this definitely feels pretty much like you're on the rails, and it doesn't seem like there's a real time limit. That being said, if there's like a 59-minute time limit, that it actually gave us. It doesn't seem to be
The door to the
apparent.
stasis room. Maybe I'll find Sleeping Beauty in there.
Stiff rails, yeah. Like, I don't know what I'm going... We want to look at the observatory. We want to check out what's in the stasis room. I don't want to go into the residential area.
Sounds like the purification party is going on somewhere behind this door. Looks like someone laid a piece of pipe here.
Let's grab that pipe.
Pipe is slim, but it feels pretty solid. Make a nice pry bar.
Okay, so we have something to pry with. Anything else on the floors that we have missed? Doesn't look like it. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Well, I got through the door. I don't think that's what the devs intended. Oh. Well. I think it's safe to say they may have rushed this part a bit. I don't think they were anticipating that. Oh no, we can just walk through the door. Oh no. Where are we? Oh boy. Oh god. This is a lot harder to control than it looks, because if we look away for even just like a microsecond from the level, it super quickly spins. Okay. Looks like we're done clipping. Oh boy. I think they might have just forgot to put clipping on the door. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Not just a matter of like, it's not just we walked through it the wrong way. No, it just no clipping. Let's see if we can find it. Oh god. Oh god. Oh boy, what a disaster. Come on, just a little. That's not the emergency exit. Come on. Like I said, this is really hard to control. Because, like, the slightest movement that takes too much of the level out of the picture causes everything to move at my... rather than being kept by the 486 processor, which is 48.6 megahertz. It's trying to go, for several gigahertz of speed. Anyway. Alright. Wow, that's a doozy of a thing to overlook with QA. Oh boy. Oh man, that is... Wow. Yeah, I think the ending is just a tad rushed.
As I enter the stasis room, I feel like I've stepped into a fairy tale. I'm no Prince Charming, but there's a sleeping beauty lying peacefully in a cryonic chamber. It's Ava Shanzi. Boy, do I need to talk to her. As I look around, I spot a console nearby. Looking it over, I figure it must be used to control the cryonic sleep state. If I can resuscitate Ava, maybe we can still stop the cult. I've seen consoles like this before. The 4 buttons along the top must administer injections.
The two slider controls look like they regulate the air temperature and oxygen level inside the cryonic tube. I seem to remember that slider mechanisms like these are really sensitive and need to be moved slowly. Well, first things first, I'll need to turn this thing on.
Oh, Christ. And yeah. That would be a good line for James Earl Jones for this. I'm trying to remember the cradle.
As I enter the station, I've seen consoles like this before. The 4 buttons along the top must administer injections. The 2 slider controls look like they regulate the air temperature and oxygen level inside the cryonic tube. I seem to remember that slider mechanisms like these are really sensitive and need to be moved slowly. Well, first things first, I'll need to turn this thing on.
Oh boy.
Aha! A red light went off in one of those Phase 1 boxes. I must have done something right. Now I've got to get those other boxes to light up.
I guess we don't need to turn this up anymore? I think that's what it's saying. Yep, second light. Sodium pentothal is what puts you to sleep, I think, and sodium bicarbonate. That doesn't sound like it. I think that's what's used to, like, make your heart explode. I forget. It's been forever since I've looked too hard into these kinds of chemicals, other than adrenaline is good. A small shock of 200 joules. I don't know about the bicarbonate. I guess try. What happens if we try? Yeah, let's try the bicarbonate.
That yellow warning light doesn't look good. Maybe I should wait a few seconds and see if it goes off before I try anything else.
Yeah, I think that was a bad. Maybe the adrenaline? Okay. How bad is that? Alright. Now what? Phase 2. We start with the sliders again? Maybe? Getting a little uncomfortable. Oh, we got a red box. We need, I assume, more oxygen. Oh god. Let's start. Go back down there. Okay. Ah, hell.
Well, how was I supposed to figure out that stupid stasis panel? It's hardly fair to give me only one crack at it.
Well, okay.
Thanks, James Earl Jones, for being so understanding.
As I enter
Okay. Oh, it lets us pick up right where we left off. That's nice. Wow, that's actually really clever. Thank goodness. Maybe the oxygen is not what we need to mess with. Maybe we do need the sodium stuff. Pentothal? Oh, I guess so. How about bicarbonate?
That yellow warning light doesn't look good. Maybe I should wait a few seconds and see if it goes off before I try anything else.
Okay, she's still alive. How about more? We could try the oxygen, but I don't think... It seems like if I don't get it right on the first go with this, as it slowly moves upwards, it's just kind of, that's it. Okay, let's try... Whereas with these, we can just kind of push buttons and see if it lights up. Okay, adrenaline's cool. How about a shock? No, shock bad. Okay, now let's try the oxygen since we have exhausted everything else. Aha! Alright. Seems like, so far, it always starts with the temperature. I'm making it toastier. Okay. Yeah. Go us. Now let's start throwing chemicals at the wall and see what works. Nope. Not pentothal. Oh, also, I just noticed there's a hint button right there. That would probably be, Oh, okay. Also, it costs points, apparently, to get hints. I did notice. So, sodium pentothal, no. How about bicarbonate? No.
Well, how was I supposed to figure out that stupid stasis panel? It's hardly fair to give me only one crack at it.
Well, okay.
As I enter the stasis...
At least it picks up where we left off. So, this was all bad. How about a shock?
That yellow warning light doesn't look good. Maybe I should wait a few seconds and see if it goes off before I try anything else.
Not that she's dying, she died. And, oh, wait till the yellow light goes off. Okay. Now what about a bit more oxygen? So far so good. Okay, that's what we needed, is more air. Alright, maybe some sodium pentothal? No, that's not healthy. Wait, maybe adrenaline? Yeah, adrenaline, okay. Maybe another shock? No, shock is not necessary at this point. Guess we only needed one shock. Some bicarbonate. Okay. I'm sure you're feeling pretty lousy right now.
So, is it all over? Are your prophecies taken care of?
Look, prophecies aren't in my job description, okay? I'm just a humble PI trying to save the world as we know it.
Well, if you're not in the cult, then what are you doing here?
Look, I think we're running out of time here, but my name's Tex Murphy. I know you're Ava Shaughnessy because I followed your trail from the Colonel to GRS to up here. So why don't you tell me how you ended up getting freeze-dried?
Percival has a thing for me, so he decided not to have me killed. Instead, he put me into stasis to keep me out of the way until after the purification.
Gross.
Well, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The good news is the purification won't start for about 45 minutes. The bad news is we've only got 45 minutes to stop these people. Luckily, I've got the winter chip, but you need to tell me how to use it.
Well, how did you get it? Listen, there's no time for explanations now. We have to hurry. take this. There are instructions on what to do with the winter chip. When you get into position, wait for my signal. In exactly 30 minutes, I'm going to create a power surge. That will give us our last chance to stop the cult. That note also has instructions on how to reach the escape pods. I'll wait until the last second, but hurry. And listen, Murphy, good luck. If we get out of here, you can tell me your story.
I'm gonna guess in her bra. Let's take a peep. What's this? It's a key.
This must be one of the winter chips the Colonel referred to.
Capricorn, that was the name of the organization. We're the second agent to get aboard the Moonchild. Agent Lohman was able to transmit marginally detailed information before it being discovered and terminated. Transmissions provide us with just enough data to formulate a plan of action. Our computer tabulate its success-failure ratio at 37 to 63. Yes, yes. Astrology jokes. Get access to level 18 of the Moonchild. This level contains an arboretum, a main hall, a stasis room, and an observatory. Locate and retrieve the link-up computer. Agent Lohman was able to hide the computer somewhere on level 18 before he was discovered. You will need one of the Moonchild's own computer cables in order to attach the link-up computer to the Moonchild's main computer. Yeah, Agent Estrus, yeah, it's Louis. There is a computer console linked to the Moonchild's main computer, hidden somewhere in a wall on this level. Put the winter chip into the link-up computer and attach the link-up computer to the computer console. Open an emergency exit and move quickly to Bay D5. Okay, so put chip in link-up computer. Attach link-up computer to console. Can't predict the effect of winter chip's virus on Moonchild's computer system, so it's impossible to say how much time you have to reach an escape pod. Good luck. Yeah, the concept of Wi-Fi was still pretty far off, and what was there was already seen as having pretty limited use. And it's still garbage today, so, and this only takes place like 10, 20 years from now. Right. So, where do we need to go? Find this computer. Not the horrifying mystery door that takes us outside of this place. Don't want to go to the resident hall. I guess the observatory is kind of the only other place we can go at the moment. And the music stopped again. What the hell game from around this era also used asteroids like that? Complete with being cheesy FMV. Anyway, let's see what we got here. This looks like a place to...
This looks like an old-fashioned telephone jack. No, it's a recessed button. I'll need something to reach in.
Maybe the pipe. Let's... Hey, whoa, boy.
This panel door is locked.
This work on you?
Let's...
Yeah. Oh boy.
Lynx 986. Looks like some sort of croquet software.
The people who made this game, by the way, are Access Games, and this, I think, was one of their earliest games.
Aha! This must be the mini-computer. Looks like this computer was made specifically to run with a winter chip. cocktail glass with a ceranite flex straw.
Let's take that. I don't know why we need it, but we're taking it.
The cocktail glass is worthless, but I love flex straws.
I think this is to hit the button.
This flex straw is made of ceranite. It's practically unbreakable.
Yep, okay. Yeah, you're right, space junk. And we're actually in the moon's orbit, not Earth's.
What a great tree. If I get off this godforsaken pleasure satellite, I'm taking it with me. It'd look great in my office.
What did we move it aside for? I think it's mostly just to let us know we can move it aside, and this one probably moves aside.
What a great...
Uh-huh.
This floor panel looks like it's removable.
I'll need something to pry it up with.
Time for pipe. I mean, it's also been the case with the previous Tex Murphy games that the last chapter or two is usually pretty rushed.
Looks like one of these computer cables ought to do the trick.
Let's just start stealing cables, I guess. Doesn't seem like a good idea, but... let's combine that and that. What the hell is this button for? Oh.
Aha. This panel should give me access to the Moonchild's main computer. Hold on, everybody, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Well, I guess here we are. This didn't even look like a panel that slid away. This just looks like surprise. Here's a JPEG. Let's take a save here. And maybe?
It's been almost 30 minutes. If they didn't find Ava, she should be creating a power surge any second. That'll give me time to patch the mini-computer into the Moonchild main computer. Now I've got to get to the engineering corridors. And fast.
I think that emergency exit was just a red herring that literally throws you outside of the game parameters.
I've got a system warning on level 18, section J. I'm attempting to override that. Now I'm showing a temporary system failure. Climate control is down on levels 4 through 18.
Winter sequence engaged.
Have fun, assholes.
I don't understand it. The whole system's going haywire.
5 minutes to self-destruct.
The whole system is shutting down and I can't do a damn thing about it. Damn it! Malfunction has initiated the self-destruct sequence. Download the backup system.
Oh my hell.
What the hell is going on down there? We got electrical short fires breaking out all over up here. All integrity has been compromised. This place is gonna go up like a Roman candle on the 4th of July.
2 minutes to self-destruct.
Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
He had come like a thief in the night, and one by one dropped the revelers, and died each in the despairing posture of his fall. And darkness, and decay, and death held illimitable dominion over all.
As for our car, I'm pretty sure it's still left on that way station. 7th day, Tex rested. Here's our epilogue. Oh, hey, the Colonel lived.
I did some good work, Tex. I guess you didn't forget everything I taught you. Maybe it's not too late I could make a real detective out of you.
I don't know. This saving the world business doesn't pay so well. My cousin Vinny says he can cut me in on some Amway action.
That's a load of hooey. You got it in your blood, Tex. You'd gumshoe for pocket change.
Hey, pocket change would be a step up for me.
Well,
basically,
I've done pretty well over the past few years. Put a few greenbacks away. But I'm not so young as I used to be. Maybe we could work out an arrangement. Huh? I'll be the brains, you be the legs. A lot of work out there for somebody with your skills. I say, partners?
Nah. Ava. Yeah, I was hoping I'd see you around.
Oh, hi, Tex.
Time for the Colonel to
Hello,
stop
handsome.
animating.
Long time no see.
There he goes.
Look good as ever. What have you been up to?
Nothing much. Say, tell me, have you still got that Twister game?
I do, but I haven't played it in a long time.
That is the running gag we've had for a bit.
Listen, Tex, something's popped up. I think I found a partner to do undercover work with. I'll see you around.
Yeah.
So here I am, back where I started. Lonely, broke, and late for an appointment back in my office. Okay, so maybe it's not a perfect world. Maybe there are more glamorous ways to spend Saturday night than teaching cha-cha lessons to lonely women like Dolores Lightbody. At least she's a regular client, and it seems to make her happy.
Hey,
and
Dolores
she
is
always
back
pays
from
me
game
up
one.
front in cash. Now that I think about it, things are better. I cleared up my bar tab with Louie, and I did solve the pawn shop burglary for Rook. Yeah, once word gets around, I'll be up to my neck in good-paying jobs.
Looks like Murphy pulled it off, sir.
Yes, but next time, he may not be so fortunate.
Next time, sir?
The forces of darkness sleep, but do not die. Even now, I sense evil stirring. An evil about to re-enter the life of our friend Murphy.
Tex, honey. Long time no see. Forgive me?
And that was Tex Murphy under Killing Moon. Yes, Dolores Lightbody was,
Take one, action.
So you're Tex Murphy.
I think we have outtakes
well,
now.
We're gonna make your trip as comfortable as possible. Nighty night.
The only problem was you don't shoot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep. Looks like we have some outtakes.
Tomorrow night, you will die.
Okay, good.
Oscar,
Okay, let's do it one more time.
Typical director. That's perfect. Let's do it one
Great
more
PI
time.
of the universe was James Earl Jones.
Let's just.
I can never understand that logic.
Michael
Director.
Bailey.
Perfect. That's the
Mikhail
best I've ever
Bailey,
seen.
right?
Let's do it one more time.
On the painless. First off, 0A1. Scene 0A1, take 1, action.
Hi, you did some good work, Tex. I guess you didn't forget everything I taught you. Maybe it's not too late. I can make a real detective out of you. That's terrible shit.
No Geigers were harmed during the production of this. Geigers provided by Disney Geiger Farms USA. Not a lot of outtakes, but hey, outtakes in a game! How cool is that? And that was Tex Murphy under Killing Moon. I already said that, but I'm gonna say it again. I thought it was a pretty good game overall. The last 2 days definitely, it's very clear they definitely front-loaded the game design here. It definitely seems like a series so far that is more ambitious than it unfortunately is always able to deliver, because like the dialogue systems have been super crucial for like the first half of the game for the last 3 games, but usually they don't yield a whole lot by the time you're close to the end, where you're mostly just solving puzzles. Still, I'm also very glad to see that the series is still sticking to the guns of puzzles need to be logical. They need to have most of the stuff you need has to be in the rough proximity of where it's going to be used. And if it's not, make sure you signpost. They make sure to signpost, hey, I need something that is designed to do something very specific, and I'm going to basically hint at it with an item that is in the same vein, but so you would have an idea where to find it. Such as I think the only item so far that was real easy to miss, I think, was the fireman outfit in one of the. It was just in a crate in what was the place? It was the former dry cleaners, I believe it was. And that was about all we really got to see. That's about the only hint we had, that there might be a fireman uniform here, but there's no real apparent places a fireman's uniform might be, other than a bunch of boxes, like wooden shipping crates, which doesn't really. I mean, a lot of players usually want to see what's in a big wooden shipping crate, but I don't know. I think like that's the only one that the only puzzle that was a bit that wasn't giving the best clues. Overall, though, I had fun with this. Yeah, I believe the next game is Pandora Directive. Let's double check. X Murphy series. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Pandora Directive. Yep, Pandora Directive. It came out 2 years later. And then it's Overseer, which was the last of the original series. And then we got Tesla Effect, about 5 years ago, and we have the new one, The Poisoned Pawn, coming out projected sometime this year. Is Overseer just a remake of the first game? Okay, yeah, looks like it. It apparently retcons a few details that, yeah, looks like it retcons a few things. It was also designed to show off the brand new DVD-ROM format for games. It's also apparently a little bit dialed back. Let's see. Just taking a peek. Looks like the game apparently ended on a cliffhanger. Overseer. See. Yeah, it looks like Overseer was hoping it would set up a proper sequel to Pandora Directive, which ended on a cliffhanger, which wasn't resolved until Tesla Effect. Also, apparently Pandora Directive is roughly when they start having multiple endings. Neat. Oh boy, the next one introduces a bunch of logic puzzles alongside those jigsaw puzzles. But yeah, so far I'm pretty much enjoying most of the series. I think Overseer we're probably just gonna skim, mostly just to see what they do in it, because it's apparently also much more rushed than most of them. So it's actually much more limited in scope than Pandora Directive. Anyway. Thank you all so much for coming, everybody. I'm gonna take a peep real quick and see who else is here. One moment. Who to send you over to? Thanks for coming. I'm going to send you over to Creature92, who I believe is still going on a marathon through all of the Mario games.